You like money? I like money. We're going to make some of it together with the best bets in the Big 12 this week. This is Locked On Big 12.
You are Locked On Big 12, your daily podcast on the Big 12 Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome into Locked On Big 12. I'm Drake Toll from America's #1 Big 12 podcast, Locked On Big 12. Thank you for making this show your first listen every single day. Let's talk about how you can make money on the Big 12 this week with our best bets. And if you hit subscribe, I get to keep my job. I'm also live for the set of college football kickoff with Gary Patterson and the Dallas Cowboy Jesse Holley. Watch on Fire TV or on the Locked On Big 12 channel every Friday. Our first best bet. Give me the Houston Cougars -5 against Colorado. Reason being, and this should not shock you, Houston's defense is incredible. Let's look at the deep analytics. Houston is number 2 in the country against the pass, number 14 against the rush. Colorado offensively, 62nd throwing the football, 67th running the football. Both of those are not very good. Now, if you're trying out Ryan Staub, who could be a very good starting quarterback for Colorado, try him out against a bad defense. Kansas State, Baylor, maybe. Not against Houston, one of the analytically best defenses in the country, especially the Big 12. This is a unit that efficiency-wise has been great. EPA is an efficiency metric, and the efficiency metric is what I use to predict these games. They're 8th in the nation on 3rd and 4th down as well. They will get you off the field. Now, Houston's offense is not good, and Colorado's defense is not good. The Buffs grade 98th against the pass, 96 against the rush. So when it's like rock, hard place, movable force against movable object, I'm going to go with a vast disparity between Houston's defense and Colorado's offense. Colorado, again, trying out a new starting quarterback. Houston wins at 20-10, 20-13. This does not spell a lot of points for either of these teams, but it's a 5-point victory for Houston. Them -5, the Cougars -5 on ESPN. They agree here for a team in Houston that's allowed 9 total points in its first 2 games. They agree here, 58% chance of victory for the Cougars. They want Houston. I want Houston. That is my first best bet of this week. Let's go Arizona. Covering 1.5 against Kansas State, and not just covering, but I think ultimately winning the game outright. Now, 1.5 is my pick, so if they lose by 1, we're still going to hit on that. I believe Kansas State is bad. We talk about EPA. This is an efficiency metric for Kansas State and Arizona. When we go toe-to-toe, Arizona has the 8th best defense efficiency-wise against the pass. Kansas State has not been elite throwing the football, 35th in the nation. That's good, if not great, but not elite. And the defense of Arizona has been elite against the throw. Running the football, Kansas State is 117th. They're very bad at running. And it's not like they played great opponents. They played the equivalent or worse of what Arizona is going to throw at them this week. Kansas State hasn't been losing up and down the field to really good Power 4 competition. They lost to Army, almost lost to North Dakota, and they lost to Iowa State in a game where they looked hapless. Arizona is at home, a Friday night game. Short rest for Kansas State, who's coming off of a very bad performance against Army. They are 87th against the pass, defensively 91st against the rush. All of their logistics and statistics and analytics are bad. And Arizona's offense, 18th. 18th in the nation efficiency-wise, running the football. Give me Arizona to win this game outright. Arizona to cover 1.5 is our best bet this week. And then we'll go Texas Tech. I firmly believe this is a Texas Tech team, and there are some people who think it's too early, that say they have not faced enough competition. They have not shown us enough, given down what they could do the rest of this season. You're going to have to see them against Oregon State or Utah or somebody else before you can finally give them the go-ahead. I think they're legit. They have Oregon State in Lubbock this week. Number 31 defense against the pass, number 11 against the rush. Oregon State cannot run the football. They're 111th in the nation in running the football efficiency-wise. So Texas Tech's going to stop the run. From there, the pass defensive Tech is still top 35 in the country. That's not elite, but it's good, if not great. Then offensively, Texas Tech is 11th throwing the football. They're going to toss the ball around the yard. Oregon State's defense is 86th in America against the pass. Their starting field position is number 134 in the country. There are only 134 teams in the nation. Their starting field position defensively is their own 41. Opposing offenses are used to starting on the Oregon State 41 on average each drive. Their offense will turn the ball over. Their defense cannot stop the throw. Their defense is honestly Swiss cheese. And they're very good. They're number one in the country on third and fourth down. Yeah, but Texas Tech is number 11 in the nation offensively. So that's rock versus hard place, immovable object versus immovable force. Texas Tech wins it ultimately by talent, and they win it covering the spread. I know 23.5 is a lot. But what Oregon State has done and shown me so far this season is effectively nothing. They're 0-2 thus far this year. And if you look at what they've done with their schedule, would you be impressed? With 36-27, a loss to Fresno State, 34-15, a loss to Cal. I think Texas Tech is better than Cal. Those were both home games for Oregon State. They go across the country now. This is where they lose, and I don't think it's very close. They're going to lose by 28. Final score of like 56-24. Texas Tech wins, and I'll get to how that benefits us in other ways against the book later. Iowa State goes to Arkansas State. Why are they only favored by 20.5 points? Why are we even having a conversation about an Iowa State team that was so good against Iowa defensively, so good against Kansas State defensively? North Dakota is one of the top 5 teams in the FCS as well. Iowa State is going to wax, and I mean absolutely wax the floor with Arkansas State in Jonesboro. This is not a road game. This is not something we should be worried about as like, oh, wow, can they win a road game against a team in Jonesboro, Arkansas? Not whatsoever. Iowa State, analytically, is playing the number 116 pass defense in the country, number 135 rush defense in the country. Rocco Beck's going to throw the ball all around the yard. I mean all around the yard. Offensively, Arkansas State, 128 running the football. Iowa State has a top 50 rush defense. 20.5 points. This is more what the Texas Tech line should look like. Iowa State by 20.5, lock of the week. Put it in there. Last bet. This goes right back into the analytics I just gave you. Oregon State, Texas Tech. Give me the over in that game, and I think Texas Tech may do it themselves. The over-under currently sits at 62.5. 63 points would not be that crazy for Texas Tech to score. They scored 62 last week against Kent State, 67 the week before against UAPB. Oregon State, the game, 63 points in total against Fresno State. Against Cal, 59 points. I think Texas Tech's offense is better than Cal. And if Oregon State scores 10, we're there. Texas Tech will score 55 points in this game. If Oregon State scores 10, we're there at the over. So give me that as our 5 best bets this week. It is Houston, I should say, -5 against Colorado. Kansas State +1.5. Make it Arizona +1.5 against Kansas State. Texas Tech -23.5 against Oregon State. Also over 62.5 in that game. Then Arkansas State hosts Iowa State, and the Cyclones win it by at least 21. They're 21.5 point favorites. Parlay all those together at +2,335. Hey, today's show is brought to you by DoorDash. DoorDash is exactly where I go every single Saturday. Reason being, I can look at the MVP, Sawyer Robertson, and be reminded of them. What? DoorDash streaks, saving every time you order. These players delivered when it mattered most, and we can break it down. Sawyer Robertson, the Baylor Bears, delivered in a big way. Fourth quarter touchdown, goal line stop, all kinds of stuff happening from him and the defense of the Baylor Bears. They are the players, the team, the unit that came through. No hesitation, no delay. If you've been watching, he's on a streak. Just like Sawyer delivered for the Baylor Bears, DoorDash delivers your Saturdays with DoorDash streaks. Save every Saturday that you order. Stack it all up all season. Save up to $250, including $100 in DoorDash credits. Order this Saturday. Keep the streak alive. Fuel your game day. Only with DoorDash. Terms apply. Promo period through November 18. Today's show is also brought to you by Mazda. Dude, I love Mazda because Mazda craft cars are for those who do more than simply move. Mazda delivers confidence with every ride and with more IIHS top safety pick awards than anyone else. From footwork to breathwork, athletes sweat all the details. Mazda brings the same attention to how we craft every model. Feel Japanese craftsmanship in every detail, from the metallic accents to available Napa leather upholstery. You can make every drive feel more like luxury. From smooth handling to intuitive controls, all-wheel drive standard in every crossover SUV. You can drive with confidence throughout almost any season. Like our players, we sweat every detail because when you make every move count, impossible becomes irrelevant. Mazda. Move and be moved with Mazda. Go forth. Win money. This has been, it always will be. Big weekend coming up. Locked On. Thanks for making this your first listen every single day. Dose Grande.